Working the 4th caution of the day at the North Carolina Speedway, Larry Foyt, just after a pit stop, slid up and into the wall in turn number 1. That puts us under caution. Let's show you some some caution flag pit stops from among the 17 cars on the lead lap, starting with Kenseth and Rusty Wallace.
Pretty much are all 4-tire stops. Remember, these guys were only about 10 or 15 laps away from coming to pit road anyhow. 4 tires, full of fuel, and adjustments.
And we just got halfway in the race, guys.
Jarrett McMurray is in. You watch Kurt Busch and Sterling Marlin go by. Dale Jarrett, Ryan Newman, Casey Kane, Scott Wimmer.
You need DW, that pit stall that Jamie McMurray has as far as leaving is great. He only has to move a short distance to beat the competitors out. It's coming in the problem, finding your pit sign in that curve.
The advantage of qualifying up front, buddy. Get the primos.
Now, Johnny Sauter, the 30 car, he gets the free pass, the pardon from the Oval Office. And we talked earlier, not that many laps ago, that Jeff Gordon should be the beneficiary of it. But the problem is, Matt Kenseth just had lapped the 01 of Joe Nemechek and the 30 of Johnny Sauter. So that put Jeff Gordon actually behind those guys that was a lap down. So he don't get to go around. Johnny Sauter, who just got lapped, gets the free pass.
So here's Sauter coming around to line up for the restart, and there's the free pass, getting past the safety car and coming around. For our Craftsman adjustment, let's go down to Jeff Hammond at the Ford cutaway car.
Mike, all day long we've seen several cars come into pit road with this wedge wrench stuck right through the roof into here. This is what goes down and adjusts the left rear spring when you put wedge in a car. Several times today, teams have come in, tried to make this adjustment, and what happens is you've got a tire changer right down here changing the left rear tire. You've got a guy putting the left rear tire on. You have another gentleman right here putting gas in the car, and you have the catch can guy trying to reach way up here, put this wrench in, and pull it back out. Guess what? Sometimes you miss it. Sometimes you just don't get it all the way done. Driver gets the cue to go by dropping the jack. Next thing you know, he goes around the racetrack with this stuck inside the car. And as we all know, you cannot leave the pit with equipment stuck on your car or in your car. And that's what's happened to a lot of drivers today. They have to come back to the pit and serve a penalty.
And Jeff, I think what's happening, it's getting left in the right side of the car as much as anything, because that's where the right rear wedge bolt is and the track bar, and it just gets left in there. Now here, the 43 car, Jeff Green's crew, they get it out, but I think it's more complicated getting it back out of the right side than even the left side. Matt Yoakum.
And Robbie Reiser on top of the box. 2 great stops by your team, Robbie. Your car looks very good today.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about this race team. That's all I can tell you. They do a great job putting these cars together back in the shop, and they do a great job of taking care of them at the racetrack here. And the guys have really built something here, and they got a great race team.
Matt said to Robbie on the radio, it's like walking a very tight fence. When the clouds come out, the car is perfect. When the sun comes out, he gets a little loose.
Thanks, Matt. This will be an interesting restart, because look who's trying to get a lap back on the inside. Tony Stewart, Joe Nemechek, Jeff Gordon, all lined up on that inside row trying to get a lap back from leader Matt Kenseth on this restart.
And this is when it gets really, really touchy, guys, because they're not going to cut the guys on the outside any slack. Matter of fact, they're going to try to push them up out of the way if they can.
And Tony Stewart's actually trying to get one of about 2 laps back. Remember, the reason he is 2 laps down, he just had made a green flag stop before that caution with a flat tire.
You're going to have to be beside the guy if you're going to push him up out of the way. Here we go, 3 wide down into turn 3. Well, only momentarily. You either are momentarily or you don't make it.
Matt Kenseth wasted no time in stepping out with the lead.
And actually, Tony Stewart back there, he's actually 3 laps down now. If he'd have got in front of Matt Kenseth, he would have been 2 laps down.
What happens here, you've got a fast car. I'm watching Jamie McMurray back in there, and he needs to get by those guys in front of him, but the leaders will run off and leave him, and he loses touch with them, and it takes him a long time to chase them back down. See how he's boxed in right there, nowhere to go.
McMurray, 42, inside of Dale Jarrett. That's for 5th place right there.
The lap guys take up all the good lines, you know, and they leave you what's left. All you can do is follow and wait.
Darrell, I'm a little surprised. None of those lap cars put up much of a challenge.
Yeah, well, Kenseth got such a great start on Tony that there wasn't any use. I think what they're doing is fighting among themselves right now, trying to be the first car lap down.
We listened in on Matt Kenseth.
Well, that 88's pretty strong. I don't know. I see the 97 creeping up there on the scoreboard. I don't know how he's running, but that 88's pretty good. There's about 4 of them that are running pretty decent right now. 88, 97, and 40 look pretty good. And 4. If it's any consolation, I'm having the time of my life.
160 miles an hour down the straightaway. You got time to look at the scoreboard?
If you're leading the race, you do. Not back in there where those other guys are.
Rusty Wallace is closing back in on Matt Kenseth. Dick?
He's had a big day, Mike. Not only is the car fast, he's just picked up another spot on pit road, running in second place. Larry Carter is his crew chief. How's your confidence level now?
Well, we're pretty confident with our car right now. It's rock solid. You know, had some pit stops on pit road. Rusty's doing an excellent job out there. You know, just a super job today. So, still early. We'll wait and see what happens here at the end of the race.
Let's see you smile then.
Thank you.
There you go, Mike.
Thanks, Dick.
But I'm going to tell you, just remember, DW, we were talking about this the other day. A year ago, Rusty led the most laps here. He was the strongest race car for 2/3 of the race. The track changed. He lost the handle on it. This is the same chassis with a different body. He came here and tested for 2 days, ran over 500 miles in that test.
Well, he's been fast here all week. Led both practice sessions, qualified well. But what Larry Boyd down there's got to be careful is don't let Rusty talk him into doing something at the end of this race.
Now, Matt Kenseth also mentioned Kurt Busch and Dale Jarrett. How about the 40? Sterling Marlin's last top 5 finish, September 2002 in Darlington. So, been a long time for Sterling as well, and he's having a great day.
Larry, you scoundrel, I just now realized where you got all those fancy numbers from.
Yeah, it's coming from our good friends in our production truck.
Is that why but you hid that monitor behind, I couldn't see it.
I can't show you everything I know. You see right now, though, they are 4.5 seconds behind our leader, Matt Kenseth, right now. Hammond told me not to show you all my tricks.
Well, it didn't take him very long to show me all his tricks, but it might take you a little bit longer.
4th place battle, and they're kind of stacked up there. Is Sterling holding Dale Jarrett back and Jamie McMurray? Not anymore.
Yeah, it's possible. Sterling's got that line, and ooh, boy, Dale just slid right in front of him.
Right now, last time through 3 and 4, these 3 guys ran 3 different lines.
I think Jamie's got the best car. He got held up there a little bit with Robbie Gordon and some of the lap traffic, but he's looking mighty fast. Whoa, smoke out of Jarrett. He just blew. A little puff of smoke. I just saw it blow up.
Something just happened.
Sure.
No problem, Mark. We're coming in.
There's
the motor
tracks.
Tough break for the defending champion of this race as he coasts across the start-finish line.
No, motor's running. It's either transmission or the rear end. Pull off on the end of the wall down here.
It sounds like the motor's running, DW, but he has no acceleration, no power to the rear wheels for whatever reason.
I saw a puff of smoke, and it could have come out from under the car, but it looked like it came out the tailpipes to me.
Well, it looked like to me it's coming out of the right side tailpipes right there.
I think on further review, that...
Yeah. Jeff?
Guys, right now we're listening to Dale Jarrett talk about his problems. He says the engine's running, but he thinks he has a problem with either the transmission or the gear and what it could be going on. Again, we're just speculating here, but if something hasn't happened internally, it could have happened somewhere maybe in this area right here with the main drive. A lot of times you may have a tendency to have a problem where this thing will break. As you can see, it connects into the back of the engine, and this exactly is what drives the entire drivetrain all the way back to the rear gear.
Yeah, but Jeff, if you could see what we see, that doesn't usually make you smoke out your tailpipes.
And NASCAR must have saw something as well, because the caution is out.
5th caution of the day comes at lap 213. That is not a piece from Rusty's car. It only looks like it.
I don't think Rusty wanted a caution right now.
That obviously rolled out of the grandstand.
All right, so who gets the lap back? Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon gets it back.
Jeff Gordon will get the pardon from the tower. Pardon me, coming through.
Roy, I'm coming through, boys.
Now, even though he gets the free pass, he cannot pit with the lead lap cars. He still has to wait for the second time through.
I just saw this smoke come out of Jarrett's car, and it's off the right side, and it's smoking out the tailpipes. I got to